There are other areas of our economic problems that you won't go near. I notice that you rely upon the Office for Budget Responsibilities analysis of the spring statement to claim or to reiterate that people face the highest tax burden in 70 years, but you don't go near their figures on the impact that Brexit has had upon our trade, or today on the report from the Select Committee that labour shortages across the food and farming industries could be threatening our very food security. The Select Committee attributes that to Brexit. You'll also have seen the global numbers showing that we're the only country in the world pretty much that isn't enjoying a bounce back in trade, which can only really be as a consequence of Brexit. And Germany's trade figures released yesterday showed that we're not even at the back of the queue. We're being lapped by pretty much every other country on the planet. And yet you, as Labour leaders, still won't go near the reality of what Boris Johnson's Brexit has done to our economy. Why is that?
Well, James, let me be clear about that. We can't reverse Brexit. There's no case for rejoining.
That's not a case for ignoring it, though, Keir Starmer.
No, I agree with that. And that's why what I would say is, look, all this government has done is get us the thinnest of deals. They said the slogan, get Brexit done. They thought that was job done. It's not. We've got to make Brexit work. And that means we need to deal with these gaps and these problems. We can't go on with these labour shortages, with businesses struggling. We need to make Brexit work. So there's no case for rejoining the EU, but we've got to make Brexit work. And as I say, the government thought that the slogan would do it, and that was enough. That's obviously not enough.
You know, and I know.
Businesses are crying out for more support.
They are, and you know and I know, and I understand why you stress that rejoining is not an option, because you will be accused by Boris Johnson, who, of course, has demonstrated a willingness to lie about things you have done, never mind things you might do in the future. So I understand the political jeopardy that you're in, but can you foresee a moment where you might actually mention in PMQs that Brexit is having a negative impact on all of the areas of British life that politicians are supposed to be most concerned about?
Oh, yes, James. I mean, we're going to ramp up our criticism across the board in relation to the government, because this all goes to the central question of the growth of the economy. Last 12 years have been absolutely appalling. We're only a high tax country now. When you said we've got the highest tax for 70 years, you're not wrong about that. The reason we're so high in tax is because we've been so low in growth. Now, obviously, the government's failure on Brexit is part of that, and I certainly intend to take that to the Prime Minister.
So Northern Ireland, trade, labour shortages, all of these things we can expect to hear the B word mentioned in the context of these problems in the coming months, can we?
Yes, James, you can. And on Northern Ireland, I've said that a number of times. I worked in Northern Ireland, as you know, for a number of years, and I feel keenly that we need to resolve this issue of the protocol. I can't stand the fact that the Prime Minister who negotiated and signed the protocol now pretends it's nothing to do with him. It's an example. It's just, if it wasn't Boris Johnson, you probably wouldn't believe it. But because it is, we've got a Prime Minister that doesn't know truth from untruth, or doesn't care about truth from untruth.
Well, we'll be watching to make sure that you've just told us the truth about these issues, Keir Starmer. Many thanks indeed. Leader of the Labour Party there, Keir Starmer.